Hello everyone, today we are going to make mushroom pepper masala. For that I've got 650 grams of mushroom, 2 chopped up Spanish onions, about 2 small tomatoes, 1.5 tablespoon of coriander powder. I've got about 2 tablespoon of pepper, about a tablespoon of fennel, 1 teaspoon of hot chili powder and 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder. I've got about a tablespoon of ginger garlic paste and a handful of curry leaf. We will need a powder for this dish, so I will be powdering. First I'll be roasting the pepper and the fennel in a light heat, and then I'll have to powder this. So that's the first process we will be doing. Fennel's got a very unique taste, and some people may like it or may not like it. This is the beauty about the Indian cooking and the South Indian cooking, getting used to all the spices. It might be different when you start first, but without these spices Indian cooking is not at its best. Fennel, especially for this mushroom pepper masala, adds an added flavor, and you will need to have that. But if you don't like it, you can reduce the quantity or try without it, but I've tried it without it and it doesn't taste the best. Just want to talk about this little nifty gadget we get from Kmart. It's called a pull chopper. For onions and that, when you want to fine chop it, your eyes are all watery and it's a pain. So all I do is cut them into big pieces, and you can just throw them in here like so. I'll throw all of this pretty much and lock it. It's locked, and all you have to do is pull it like that. And voila, you get your onions chopped up like that. We're going to start roasting now, so you just put all your pepper in there, followed by the fennel, and pretty much it's a light roast, so just be careful that you're not going to burn this. So like so, you keep roasting it maybe for a minute or so. So it'll give you a nice aroma actually. So pepper will crack in a bit, so if you watch it you will hear. There you go. See, the fennel's about golden color and the pepper's kind of heated up a bit. We switch it off now. I use my little spice grinder usually for little quantities like that, and it's very quick. Okay, we are now ready to start the cooking. I'm just going to cook it on medium flame. I'll be using my gingerly oil for this. It's you will need a fair bit of oil. I mean, I'm using this technique because I know it. Tempering is going to be only fennel. So wait for the oil to heat up a little bit, and then I can just start throwing my fennel. I think the oil is now ready, so we're just going to put our fennel. Once the fennel is kind of, you could see it's boiling, you can hear it crackle. I just put a few curry leaves, and then I'm just going to get my onions in straight away. With the onions, it's always good to add a little bit of salt when you're cooking, as it not only makes the process faster, but it's actually very tasty as well. So I always add a little bit of salt, and Let's just make sure it's nice and brown so we can start cooking. You would notice I'm not using much tomatoes for this dish as well. Of course, the idea is the pepper must be the dominant ingredient for this dish. You don't need to add any water to the mushroom or anything like that. As you know, mushroom releases a lot of water in itself. So unless you want a gravy version of this, which I will talk about it towards the end of it, a gravy version is you can add water, you can add a bit more masalas and things like that. But I generally just stick with this version, and I am going to make the heat a bit higher now, so we can cook this real fast. Right, the onions kind of nice. Then I add my tomato. I'm going to start adding my ginger garlic paste. Give it a keep stirring it so become a bit mushy in a minute. That's my coriander powder. That's my hot chili powder. That's my turmeric. Just going to make sure that all these masalas fry well, so the raw smell of it goes, because the powders tend to have a bit of a raw smell and it won't taste good. So now it's time to add our mushroom in, and that's what I'm going to do. Bring the heat on a medium flame so I can add my salt. Make sure all the masalas are mixed well. It's getting, see, the water is already coming. I didn't add any water to this dish, but you can see how much water mushroom is actually releasing at the moment. So it will just do the job itself, so you don't have to do any of that. So when this is happening, I'll wait for it to cook a little bit more, and then only we're going to add our roasted powder. That only goes in the end. Reason for that is when it's added towards the end, it's very, very tasty. Curry leaves, I also noticed you can add it in the beginning, but when you add it towards the end as well, about I would say 70% of my dishes, when the curry leaf is added in the end, taste very, 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 very nice. So now you can see the dish is kind of getting ready. I just want to wait for the mushroom to cook a bit more so I can add my pepper and a fennel powder in. I'm going to increase the heat a little bit more. So the amount of water that the mushroom has released, this is everything from the mushroom. I have not added not even a drop of water. This is all the water that's come out of the mushroom. Now we are also going to add our main ingredient. That's the powder, that's the roasted powder, pepper and fennel that's been powdered. I'm just going to add that now. And I'm going to be mixing it. Once it's mixed, we are going to let it cook for, say, I would say about 5 minutes, and then we'll be able to finish off the dish. Okay, our dish is now ready. I'm going to finish it off by adding my curry leaves. As I said before, and I have a lot of curry leaves, and I'm just going to switch it off now. There you are, the dish is served. We've got the mushroom pepper masala with the rice served on the side. I hope you enjoy making this dish. It's not hard, it's quite an easy dish. And for winter coming up, it will be a very quick meal on the table. And if people don't want rice, then you can always throw my chapati on the tawa, and you can have it with chapati as well. Enjoy, guys. Thank you for all your support again.